Okay, so sorry. The internet did something weird with my new tablet and knocked me off the internet, and now my tablet decided it needed to do an update. So, really fast. Sorry about that. Okay, so rolled handles. So I'm just going to put you in this point of view until we can get going with the other one, and it's okay. All right, so let me just switch these things over just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so rolled handles. I put the really fast in case you're just getting on. This is a 2¼ inch wide piece of vinyl, and it's 22 inches long, 1 inch here, and then it tapers down at 2½ inches. I made a mark 3/4 of an inch in, and then just used double-sided tape along this line. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off. Looking for my trash can. Okay, let's see if I can get it closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. And you guys can see too. Yes, you can see. Good. So peel off my tape. I did a lot of buying samples just to get the right tape for this before I bought it in bulk because it's not cheap. And two, I wanted to make sure it would actually work nice. So it does. It works really nice. So I'm just folding it right up to that line. Excuse you, hardware. I'm just gonna put it in the box. I usually have like a little container to put it in, and I just didn't have it. Maybe Sierra can get it for me. Sierra! It's my daughter, she's in the other room. I don't think she can hear me because her brother has the TV on very loud. They're watching zombies together. Okay. So the rolled part of this comes when we're doing this portion here. The rolled handles are just amazing. I love them. I've been incorporating them in a lot of my bags lately. Okay, all the way down. And it sticks really well, so I like that. The best part about it is I can just tear it with my hand. I don't have to find a pair of scissors, which can be sometimes, I know we have them right there, but sometimes it's just like, wait a minute, where do they go? And then they get all gummy and stuck together, so I don't like that. Okay, so once you've done that, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stitch up either side. I don't like the way that's looking right there. There we go. That's better. Okay, so on either side, we're stitching up to the diagonal, and then when it stops there, I pivot, and then I stitch 2 more stitches, okay? I take it off, and I cut. I repeat with the other side. Okay. And that's what it looks like. Don't mind all my tails. We'll be fixing it in a second. Okay. 1, 2. This machine does have a thread cutter, but it doesn't like the bonded polyester. So I can use it when I'm doing regular, like all-purpose threads and things like that. So when I'm doing quilting and I'm doing dressmaking and things like that, I can do it. But I can't do it with bag making because it doesn't like the bonded polyester. So that's what it looks like, and then we're just pulling the threads to the back Just like so. Just keep pulling until they all come to the other side. That's what it looks like, just like that. Okay, and then you can tie them. I like to grab both sets at the same time just to save a little bit of time and tie them together amongst each other. I could hear the zombie movie. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I can hear it. He's gonna start singing in a minute. He loves that. He loves anything like that. He loved the Descendants movies and everything. His sister was really into them, so then he watched them, and it was fun. Okay. I get this started from WeWack, however it's said, WeWack. There we go. So that's what it's looking like. Now we're going to do the other side, and then I'm going to show you how the rolled part of it happens. The good thing is when I edit the video, I'll be able to like section it out so that I can only, if you just want to watch the rolled handles, you can do the rolled handles. If you want to watch how to put in the recessed zipper, you can watch that. It's just kind of like bite-sized pieces. I love Lauren's bags. She makes it so easy to be able to adapt and put in your own flair with any of the bags that she has. Her patterns are very easily adaptable. You could add different things, change things up, like I'm changing the handles, changing up the strap connector a little bit. Sometimes I have the hardware that I actually purchased from her, the little triangle anchor handles. I don't have any of them, and I forgot to order them before my last shipment from her. So I was like, it's okay. It's all right. I'll get some more from her next month. I should try to order like once a month. Okay, so now that's what we have. Okay, so we have the rolled handle. Let me try to see if I can get you guys just a little further away and up a little bit, so you guys can see a little bit more what's going on. Okay, good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tubing. Okay, I'm going to put my tubing right inside. Now I made these a little bit longer, so in case you wanted to have longer handles, you could do that. So these are 3 feet. These are 3 feet. So I cut them, I'm sorry, 2 feet. I cut them to be 2 feet so you can cut down if you need to, or make it longer. I don't necessarily need to have it that long, but I made them too small. I made these too small. I made the adjustments for the cording and not this. So I'm going to have to use the cording instead of my tubing. Okay, no big deal. The picture that I showed you guys last time had the cording in it, so it's no big deal. Okay. Here's my cording. This is Wright's 100% cording. It's 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to go like that. Cut it there. I cut it just shy of the, let me put that there. Okay, so I cut it just shy of it reaching each of the ends. See that? Just shy of it. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clip it in place. So we're going to fold it onto itself. Tuck that little guy in. Oh, yes, now you want to work. Now it's talking. Now it's talking. So if you don't have the vinyl piping or tubing, you could still do it with the cording, and it looks just as nice. I forgot when I did the measurement because I've been doing it with the cording for so long that I forgot that I didn't keep my size adjustments. I'll get that. Okay. Now, the idea here is to make sure that it's not twisted. You want it like pretty much straight up and down. See? And you just have each of the rolled sides just come right up to each other. Hold on, I'm gonna have to trim that off a little bit. Okay, so mine is sticking out just a little bit here, and I'm gonna have to trim that off as well as this side because I had to kind of like push it in, and you don't want it too much because you're gonna have to put that inside like so. So you need to be able to have some room to put it in there. So I'm just gonna cut away some of this cording. Not sure if you guys can see me making faces. I make all kinds of faces. You can burn it because it's 100% polyester. And then I just kind of like squish it with the vinyl. There we go. Clip it. Okay. So you want it to be straight. You see how straight it is? That's what we're looking for. Okay. And now let me cut this side. Pull back the vinyl and burn it. I'm going to get one of those torch ones. That'd be awesome. Okay, good. Push it inside. No touching with your fingers. Nope, nope. It's hot. Okay, there's our rolled handles so far. All right, so now what I like to do is start stitching. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stitching at the point, like right where I had pivoted before. So that first stitch, when you go straight, that's where I'm going to start my stitching. Okay, just pulling that out the way. You can hand crank this if you need to just make sure you get the right hole. There we go. Okay. And I am stitching literally like 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now to concentrate, you have to pucker your mouth. You're trying to make sure that both ends are staying together. It's a little tricky sometimes, but with practice, you can do it, I promise. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. 1, 2. There you go. Nice and long. And that is your rolled handle. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. Okay, set this aside, and then I'll show you how to put these on to the actual connectors in a second. I like to leave these kind of long until after I've put it on because I tuck it in. You'll see. You shall see. All right. So in case you missed it, I'm going to go ahead and do this part again. Let me bring you guys just a little bit. There we go. So you guys can see more. Okay, so just peel this double-sided tape off. And if you want to, right at this corner right here where it comes in, just make a little tiny snip. That just allows it to lay down a little bit better. And I mean like a little snip, like 1/8 of an inch snip. Let's see what I'm going to show you what it does. It allows it to just lay flatter if you didn't do that. So just makes a little bit of a difference. Folding it right to that line. Make sure it's sticking down. He's enjoying that zombie movie. I'm sure my daughter's in there too watching it. We're cutting zipper tape. We got a huge shipment in 2 days ago. So she's in there doing what she likes to do. Cut zipper tape. She says she likes looking at all the pretty colors. This time around, we got the gold teeth. Last time we ordered, we got the rainbow teeth. This time we got gold teeth. The time before that, I got the bronze teeth. I'm not sure if I'm going to do nickel next time or do more rainbow because rainbow sold really well. It all depends on the hardware that I'm getting as well as the fabrics that I'm choosing. Because I like to make the little packets of pre-selected fabric with the hardware and the zipper tape and everything. So it just takes all the guessing work out of it. You could just make something. You don't have to worry about something coordinates or anything like that. You just make something pretty. All right. Okay. Move those over because I'm going to need those in a second. One, two. I can see the cut. Okay. Just like that. Let's do the other side. Because I kept that tape out of my seam allowance, my needle's not gumming up or anything. It usually doesn't do it too bad unless I'm using that like super sticky tape from Way Whack. I tried that once and I was like, woo! I mean, that's like real leather tape. Like it was not easy to like make adjustments. Like there's no residue on my needle right now. So I was like, okay. It was very sticky. I've ordered the craft double-sided tape as well from Dritz. It's okay, but the problem is that sometimes the sticker backing doesn't come off really well, and it kind of stays, and you have to keep peeling it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hold on. I don't like having to keep doing that because it's more time consuming. The whole idea of double-sided tape is to make sure you use less time. So I think I found myself a good happy medium. It's sticky, but not super sticky. And then also, I can cut it with my hand. I don't have to worry about doing anything else with it. I have to try to find the tape cutting scissors because it does skim up your scissors. So just like it would a needle, it gums up your scissors, and then you have to use the right ones. And then I forget, and I'm like, why are these all gummy? Can't remember why, because I keep using it to cut tape. So I like that. I like this. It's a good happy medium. So I'll have to show you guys with the tubing on another tutorial because it's amazing. It really is. But the first time I bought the tubing, I only bought enough to have one set of rolled handles, and it turned out beautiful. But like I said, I was cutting out the measurements for the cording. The cording is 3/8, but it also squishes down, whereas the 1/2 inch tubing doesn't squish down, and 1/2 inch is a little bit more than 3/8. And because it's doesn't like lay down the way the cording does, you really have to have that extra 1/2 inch in there, because if you don't, it's not working. So do 2 3/4 inch instead of 2 1/4 inch. Okay. There we go. See that? It's really nice. See, the double-sided tape is sticking down pretty well too. Sometimes with some double-sided tapes, the inexpensive ones, this will start popping up on the vinyl. And this is the fuzzy backed, like leather backed vinyl, so it really doesn't like to stick on that tape. It just usually does. So that's a really good sign for me. All right, so let's get this. We burn this edge first. Just kind of rolling it on my fingers. And then burn. Okay. If you don't want to burn it, you can always use a little bit of tape. And then the tape will stop it from fraying. Right there's where I want to be. What am I looking for? Scissors. So if you put a little bit of clear masking tape right at the end of it, and put it like 1 inch all the way over on each side, what'll happen, and then you cut right in the middle. That way when you cut it, the part you cut that stays on stays without fraying, and then so does the part that stays on here. All right, line them up again and clip. When I'm doing this, I'm like literally keeping it straight up and down. I'm not trying to have one side or the other be more dominant. You really have to make sure they're even. Now, could I put double-sided tape on here? Yes, but I have found that it doesn't lay as straight up and down. If there's any little bit of a shift with the double-sided tape when you're putting it on, it doesn't work properly. So that's just been my experience. Maybe I'm not patient enough when I'm using double-sided tape, so that I'm forced to have to use the clips. Maybe. Maybe. Hello. I can't see the chats right now because my tablet decided it wanted to reset and cut off in the middle of the video. It wasn't quite the middle, it was literally the beginning of the middle of the video. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and sew down. Okay. Again, you're just wanting to make sure everything stays flat. Okay. I'm gonna get myself some tails. I'm gonna start on that first hole once it started from the angle. Okay, just make sure everything stays together. Just line it all up and take your time. Make sure both folded edges are meeting together. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, kind of. Let me double check. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I like that. You guys can kind of have like an eye view of what's going on here. I wanted to have you guys here onto my side, but my tablet decided it wanted to reboot. It wanted to install updates. Okay, keep it nice and tight. 1, 2. All right. And that is rolled handle number 2. Look at that. Here he comes. Yes, baby. No, I'm not done. What do you need? Okay. All right, so I'm going to work on the interior of the bag now. Actually, no, I'm not. Take that back. I'm not. I'm going to work on the exterior of the bag because I want to show you guys how to install the rolled handles. Okay. So you're going to grab your pattern piece. I'm going to try to scoot you guys out just a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit more of my screen. Not my screen. You know. Oh, yeah. Okay. That looks a little bit better. Okay. So this is our front and back panels. I change the dimensions just a little bit. I add just a little bit more up here. Okay. So that's that one. That's that one. This is going to be my front because this one cuts off the Marauders map. And this is going to be my front. The only difference really is what I'm going to put my tag on. That's it. All right, so now that we have that, we want our bottom pieces. Okay, our bottom accent pieces. I don't cut this little thing off till later. I don't know why. I don't. Okay, so I like to put double-sided tape along the edge of mine. I'm actually going to use a 1/4 inch. trying to see the one that has the markings to have the little cutouts. Okay. I just find it helps it stick a little bit better to the fabric because this is kind of glossy feeling a little bit. Like it's pretty like it like doesn't like to sit still very well. Okay, peel the tape. Pretty sides touching, line it up with the bottom. There's not quite. There we go. Now we're going to stitch. I like to put mine at 3.5 inch, 3.5, and then we are doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, grab my other piece, repeat. I don't take it off yet. I like chain stitch. I usually do a lot of this at the cutting table. I was just running late for the video today. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, homeschool ran a little bit late today. Had to improvise. Put that guy there. There we go. Okay. Stop, snip. Put it to the side for a second, and then I'll top stitch both of them at the same time. So what I find as well is that when I do, when I put my double-sided tape, it keeps it from my presser foot just smushing it, you know? It helps it. Okay, just like that. And I like to press like that and then push it down like this. It just lays really nice and flat this way. So what I've done is I've pushed my seam allowance up towards the main panel of the bag, not the accent. It makes it lay nice and like almost level. It doesn't have a hump. You could butterfly it open for sure, especially if you're using a domestic sewing machine and you're scared about your side seams later on. Most definitely you can do that. You can do your you can butterfly it. Okay, and then pop that over like that. I never really noticed until I started making videos that I make a lot of like sound effects. I was like, have I always done that? And he was like, yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, okay. I get it from my daddy. He did all kinds of sound effects. That's the back. This is the front. And it just lays so nice. I interfaced my woven, this cotton, with Sew Fuse. I think it's called Sew Fuse. Not Sew Fuse Plus, but just a regular Sew Fuse. The Sew Fuse Plus doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't stick for me very well. I don't know. Even using my, heat press, it doesn't stick very well for me. All right, so I'm going to take these pieces and put them aside for right now. And I'm going to grab my anchors, my strap anchors. Here they are. I'm going to do all these at once. Okay, so we have our 2 side anchor pieces and then our connectors. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is fold it in towards the center. So I'm going to make a center line. These are 2 inches wide. So that when it's folded in half, it's 1 inch. But the great part about this one is that because it tapers at the top, it's less bulk when you push it towards the back. You'll see. You'll see. Makes a really pretty connector. Okay. And then this one's 3 inches, so we're doing it at 1.5 because, no, these need to be 2 inches too. Okay, so I'm going to cut off 1 inch. It's like, wait a minute. I thought I wanted to do the 1.5 inch, but I don't like the 1.5 inch hardware for the side pieces. It doesn't look as nice. It's just too big. As long as the claw itself is 1.5 inches and the strap is 1.5 inches, we don't necessarily need to have the anchors 1.5 inches. Nobody said that's the way it had to be. Okay, trim those down. Double-sided tape. I love that. I really do. It's just so much easier. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Maui, you're just so amazing. I love watching Moana. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Encanto is a really close second, though. I mean, it might take over because my husband likes Encanto, and he puts it on. He puts it on, just like, okay, let's watch Encanto. And I'm like, okay, no problem. All right, so now we're gonna peel the tape. Roll it to the line. Okay. And I do have a piece of Decoville Light in the center. That's my son. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. That's too funny. He's excited. He's watching his little movie. All right, so I'm going to do that. So just like that. So when you pull this down, there's nothing pulling out on the side. It's really nice and flush. So what I'm going to do is just stitch down each side. And you can back stitch on these because you won't see any of that. And do the next one. And the next one. I don't know what he's doing. It's funny. He's such a cutie, though. I was on a business call the other day, and he swore that she was saying his name. I'm like, no, baby, she wasn't saying your name. I was like, are you sure? I was like, yes, honey, I'm sure. She's like, how does she know my name? I'm like, she didn't say your name. It's funny. Look at that. It's so pretty. Okay, so now I can trim off this. And I don't have to do as much burning because I'm chain stitching, so it's not as a big tail sticking out. So pretty though. I love this vinyl. I absolutely love this vinyl. I have to order more. Because this was the last roll I had for this bag order, and I need to order more. I'm doing the same thing I did before. I'm just cutting into it. Beating it up to the 1-inch line. Okay. So pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. I love the feel of it. It feels very luxurious. But if you don't have a Teflon foot, don't try it. Because it is not pretty. Your stitches are going to shrink up. And it's going to drag really bad. Unless you have a walking foot, like Lauren's machine. She's a walking foot, so she's like, I can do it. I might end up getting a walking foot machine for the studio because we are doing a lot more bag making and things like that. I don't know. I'm getting a lot more people coming in wanting patches and things like that put on their leather jackets and different things, you know. So I was like, I might invest in it. I'm not sure. Because I like this machine because I can do more than just heavy duty stuff. I can do all of my cotton stuff on here. I don't have to interface it. I don't have to do anything like that. I can do tulle and organza, chiffon. I just have to change the settings to lighten up the tension and lighten the tension up, and then also the foot pressure and change the needle. I think I started the wrong way with that one. I sure did. That's all right. Okay, so I got that done. I really cut these to be nice and straight. That one's pretty straight. That one's pretty straight. Only one was a little crooked. It's not bad. Okay. So that. Like once you get all the little pieces done, it comes together really fast. It just takes a while, especially when I'm also doing a tutorial. Everything takes a little longer because I have to explain everything I'm doing. Camera angle is not right. This isn't right. You know. This one's gonna have a a trifold. It's going to be turned in 3 times. The way the original pattern has the strap connector would be. He's in there singing. I love it. He's such a happy little kid. He is such a happy little kid. Okay. I'll just flick that over there. Okay. I mean, you can't even see where the connection is unless I go like this. I mean, look how, oh, that's nice. Okay. All right, enough about that. All right, so for the D-ring connectors, let me do those real fast. I'm gonna cut some double-sided tape. Now, for the double-sided tape, I like to make sure I keep it out of where I'm gonna put my rivet. So where I'm gonna put my rivet, I make sure I do not put double-sided tape there because it makes it much harder to rivet your hole through. And I like to do that also before I get too far because it makes it easier. So yeah, like that. Say I did that like that. This tape, like I said, this vinyl is really slick, like oil slicked almost. Okay. So push that down right there, and that's where I'm going to have my anchor, my rivet. And that's how it looks like. So see, it's poking through just a little bit right there. It's sometimes that happens because at the end it just kind of flares out a little bit, but it's okay. Nobody will know but me. I'm going to put that there, set that one aside. Okay, do the next one. What did I do with it? Did I drop it on the floor again? Oh, it's right here. Don't worry about me. I'm totally okay. Now, I was just talking nice things about you, tape. It also could be my nails. Ooh, I put the tape up too high. There we go. I like to be about even with the other one. Doesn't have to be because nobody sees the back of it but you, but and just like that. Like that. We're going to set those aside for when we have the exterior done. Okay, so now these guys here, doing the same thing. Pushing that down like that, and then this is going up. So you could push it down more if you wanted to. But you don't want it to overlap. So if you want to cut a little piece off, you can, so that it doesn't. I think I'm going to do that because I like the way that looks. I think that is just too long. Yeah, I'm going to cut it right there. That's 3/4 of an inch I'm cutting off. So now before I go too far, I'm going to do it to all of them, because if not, I'm going to be like, what did I do? Things are shooting at you guys. I'm cutting it and it's flying off. It's too funny. All right, so now we're going to get our connector and push it down like that, and then this up like so. Just like that. Yes, my love. No, do you need something? You're just wondering? Again? Didn't we just have pizza for lunch? You get hungry? You get hungry fast? Don't move that. Don't move that. Come back this way. No, no, no. No, no, no. Thank you. Where did I get what, sweetheart? Which thing? Oh, the tablet. I've had the tablet, sweetheart. It's just been in the back. I don't know. Oh, we didn't bring those in, did we? Okay. Can you ask Sierra to help you? The keys in my purse. Is my purse hanging here or is it out there? Okay, thank you. You can open the door, sweetheart. He's trying to squeeze by the door. Okay. Today was Friday, so we had pizza for lunch. Pizza day. Most days it's leftovers or sandwiches. But today, since it's Friday, we get pizza. So he had pizza for lunch. When I put these on, I put the connecting part down. They're in my purse. Are they in there, sweetheart? She's fussing at him. She's fussing at him. Oh, girl. She's a teenager. Did you find my keys, sweetheart? Okay. All right, guys. Probably gonna have to get off before I actually finish the bag because it's going on an hour. And these rolled handles and things like that, they take a while, but they're so pretty. And that's pretty much all the modifications I do for the Emily Tote. I don't do any other changes. I want to get the Elaine, I think it's called. What's the other one? The one that has like the Wonder Woman thing on the outside. I got to get that pattern. That one's a good one. Thank you, sweetheart. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Put those there. Put that there. All right. Exterior of the bag. Now, I get my pattern piece. Okay. I'm not showing you the other side because it has dimensions on it, and I don't do that. No. Okay. So, what we're doing now, I'm putting that down. The part where it says the fold, I put that in the center. So let me mark my centers. if I had you guys to my left like I had planned on doing, I'd have it on the side instead of right in front of the thing, and you could have some more room. Okay. There we go. Centered. Center. Right here. Center. Center fold. Okay, and then because I actually add a little bit here, I'm going to go down just a bit. Go down by 1/2 inch. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to get my piece of chalk just in case. You never know. Everybody makes mistakes. And then do the same thing on this side. But I'm going to do that towards me because that has the dimensions on it. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now I've got my markings. So now that I have my markings there, flip it this way. I'm going to take this down and see if I can put this next to instead of on the table. So hopefully that can give me guys a little bit more room. Okay, now I have my markings, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my D-ring connector. I'm going to actually put it so that the connector, the top portion of it is at that line. Like so. Oh, can't see that. Like so. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. Get a piece of tape. Put it on. Not too big. Sure it's straight on. And that's why I like using a double-sided tape as well, is because that way it also, I can kind of preview it before I permanently put it down. So in that way I don't have to worry about it being off a little bit, because that can happen. It happens to the best of us. But it gives me a chance of fixing it if I catch it when I do the double-sided tape. I wonder if I use my little thingy if it'll help. Yeah. I have dip on my nails, and it makes them kind of thick, and I'm not used to using it, but I have to have it when I'm bag making because my nails are so fragile that they break like bad. They break bad. All right, let me look at that. Stand up and look at it straight on so I can see if anything looks crooked. It does not. Perfect. I love it. Looks awesome. Okay, let's put it under the presser foot. Okay, number 5 stitch length. Tighten up my stitches just a little bit. This is when it can start shifting, so just be very careful. Okay. go. That's not shined. Sure, you gonna make some popcorn? Out of what thing, sweetheart? Those crackers? The Belvita crackers? Oh, the Doritos. Okay, that's fine. I forgot about those. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Now let's put our name tag on. Oh, this is the back. This is the back. We're gonna do this. Put our name tag down here on the front. This is the back piece. Put that one aside. Grab the other one and repeat. Repeat. Okay. From this fold part. I need to put a piece of something over that. There we go. Awesome. Let's put those on. Now this bag you can put foam on it if you wanted to, but this particular customer did not. She wanted the tote style, not the laptop bag. So the laptop style costs a little bit more because I have to, to put interfacing and interfacing. Hello, I still have to interface it. I have to put foam in it, so it is a little bit more of an upcharge. Really? Starts in 40 minutes. I gotta call their dad and see if he can come pick up Dwight Jr. because I have Olivia coming in at 3:15. So if anything else, I have to get going because I have a class starting. Perfect. I'm excited. All right. Okay. Let's do the next one. Make sure you didn't shift on me at all. You didn't. Went a little too far. That's okay. That's why I have coordinating thread. Look at that. Super pretty. All right, now for the rivets. And I really want to get it close to the handle portion so they can keep the handle from shifting so much. I just like to make sure the hole goes all the way through. It does. Okay. Okay. Done. It's time to do this one. Get out my rivets. I don't find that it really matters which way it goes. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. But I always put the long post in from behind and the cap in the front. Just as my personal preference. I've not noticed any difference if I do it any other different way. So I'm not sure. If you know one way is right according to the other because manufacturers say it or it's just been proven to be better or anything like that, just put it in the comments below. I like to learn just as much as anybody else. Like, I'm always watching and reading and trying to find out new ways to do things. So I encourage it. Exchange of information. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. Rivets are in. Okay. So we're almost done with the exterior. All we have to do is put the base on. And then the two side things. And then we're done. Alright, so where is it? Where's my base? Where's my base? Here it is. Sierra? She's like, what? She doesn't say that to me. Just saying. Okay, so I like to come in 2 inches. No, I think it's 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 inches from each of the sides for my purse feet. I'll get to it eventually, don't worry. do 1 inch this way, 1 1/4. That looks better. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. There's real no magic number out there. You just do what you like. That's what I like about Lauren's philosophy. She's like, you don't like it that way? Do it a different way. It's okay. I'm just making the holes for my purse feet because I have screwed on purse feet. So I wanted to make sure I can get it. And what I did for the bottom of the base of this bag is I put a piece of Peltex, like the craft Peltex, the really hard stuff, and then I fused it with a piece of 809 because I don't care how long I press this, it doesn't ever like to stick. So because it doesn't like to stick, I make it do it. Okay. Screwdriver. Sierra? They can't hear me because he has that movie on so loud. Okay. Don't go anywhere, little guy. I like 5. 5's my lucky number. Not really saying that. I have no idea what my lucky number is. But the I like 5 purse feet. If it's a much wider bag, I can see how you could do 2 in the center. But this isn't too wide. This is a big bag for me. Like, I've made this bag for my assistant and she filled it with so much stuff. And she never zips it up because she likes like to really fill it up. Oh, hello. Yes, it just fell in there. Bounced right in there. It's like, hello. This thing's magnetic, but it doesn't like hold it in one spot. I like to push it around a little bit. Okay. Now, what I like to do is also put a little dab of glue. This is a Glue Master Thick something. It's industrial strength adhesive, Mastercraft. It's pretty much meant to be for metal on metal and things like that. And I've tried getting stuff off after gluing it, and it does not come off. So you better be sure that's what you want to do because it's not coming out. And you have to act fast because it dries pretty fast too. We have the teen garment class coming in, the teen fashion illustration class coming in. It's our last 2 weeks before our fashion show on the 8th, which is super exciting. But we have a lot of work to do. We were supposed to get our fabric delivered today. It might still get delivered today. I just haven't seen it come through yet. That's why I tried to be here most of the day today because I knew it was having some things being delivered. And one of them was the fabric for the fashion camp. Not fashion camp, fashion show. I'm thinking camps because camps are coming up soon. All right, there's our purse feet. Isn't that lovely? Okay, just like that. Move our bag. Okay. Okay, so I forgot to mark my center on my front, but that's okay. I kind of know what it is because I have a line there. Go ahead and do that for up here too, because you're going to need it anyway later on, so might as well just do it while you can. Okay, just like that. Double-sided tape. Oh, I'm going to put the double-sided tape on this piece. Putting the double-sided tape on the other thing is not going to make any difference because this is shorter than the other one. Oh, before I do that, I know where my marks are, but I just want to make little snips. Little tiny snips. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put that down to 3 1/4, 3 1/2, sorry. Get all my stuff out the way. Half-inch seam allowance. That's so pretty. Okay, let's do the other side now. I have to remember where to put. I'm going to put this one down first, actually. It's better this way because I could see the mark on this side. I have to remember to put my name tag on. Please remind me to put my name tag on. I'll do all this hard work and then not put my name tag on. It'd be such a shame. Shame, shame, shame. I'm really making sure I'm staying on that 1/2 seam allowance. I go fishing for my tails because if I don't take them out, it's notorious. It happens every single time when I don't do it, and then it starts poking out over here. I'm so mad. Okay. Name tag. I think I'm gonna do more bronze tapes because that's my color for my name tag. This is the front. Okay. That's the front right here. Center front. Come down just a bit. That looks good. Ooh, I need that later. Okay. Bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. Put a little dab of glue all around the hole so that the prongs really stay nice. It's not quite centered. It's centered to this. Not that. It's centered to this. Sorry. All right, so now what I want to do is we need to have our centers for the side of our bottom piece because we're going to make these into boxy bottoms. So in order to do that, I like to mark out my center. Okay, now 1/2 inch on each side. When you're clipping these together, you want to make sure we have these two matching. That's very important because if that's not matching, you're going to see it on the side of the bag. Everything else can be a little, and it's okay. But that has to be. Like, there's no and ifs or buts about that. You have to have that there. Okay. I like to sew it down and then cut it out. You'll see why. Okay. I'm lifting this so it's not dragging. The dragging is what has your seam allowance get kind of crazy and wonky if you don't. Sorry, I can't talk and do two things at once. Is what'll have it kind of skewed a little bit. It's the drag. So if you just lift it up a little bit, it actually goes nice and smooth, and you don't have any of those issues. Okay, so now you can just cut that away. I just like to make sure everything's lining up before I cut it away in case I did anything off, then I could adjust it then. I don't have to wait and be like, oh man, I messed it up. You can go ahead and take it off now. Okay. And then that's going to line up with that center mark right there. Right there. All new Apple Pro. I like to sew on this side. I'll get back to that part, but this is the side I like to sew with it facing up so I can stop and start right at those stitch lines. So whenever you have that bottom of the seam like seems to pucker at your boxy corners, I have found that it's because I sew too far or not far enough on those lines. That's just my personal experience. I'm not sure if anybody else has had that, but that's my personal experience. So just like in when I'm making clothing, I like to go down the seam the same direction that I went the first time. So if I start from the top to bottom, I do it on both sides, top to bottom. It's just a habit that I'm into. Because if things shift even just a little bit, it could make it just a little crooked. So it's just something I personally do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looking good. So like right here, this one seemed to shift over just a tiny, tiny bit. So that worked out. Okay. All right. Open up that seam. Line that up. So I really like to make sure that these corners are flat. Like I really like to make sure that this is flat. And sometimes I even pin down here just to make sure everything's out of the way. It does make a difference, I promise. Just kind of flat so that everything in here lays flat. Okay? Ooh, I caught that one before it fell on the floor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm just gonna stitch with this side up. I'm pushing this in a little bit because it's pushing. It's trying to bow because this is the Peltex. So I'm gonna start stitching at that seam is where I'm gonna start stitching, okay? I don't move my pin or my clip until I've put my presser foot down, because what happens sometimes it'll shift just a little bit and then you're like, and then you want to growl at it. Oh no, a casualty. It broke. Those usually don't break, but I've been pretty tough on them lately, so it's probably user error. Okay. Okay. So see what I did? I started stitching and stopped stitching at those lines. That's why I like to sew with this side up, because that is what's going to make the bag sit really nice. Okay. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. All right, let's go to this side and do that side. And put it on my lap so you guys can see that a little bit better. Line everything up. Everything up. Like literally push this out of the way. Hi, sweetheart. Almost, sweetie. Can you have Sierra call Daddy and see if he's gonna come pick you up, because we have class starting. We got class starting. I'm pushing this out of the way to make sure I'm not catching it when I get started there. Okay. I'm not a teenager. It's okay. I'm trying to see if I can resolve the issue. Okay. All right. So the exterior of the bag is pretty much done. I like to go inside and look at my corners. Oh yeah, that looks so pretty. I caught everything really well. It looks really, really nice, and I can trim those down. The pinking shears do not like the leather back anything. Okay. I trimmed down everything. Oh, I didn't trim down that edge yet. I'm gonna trim down this edge. Okay. Oh, really? I have new notifications on TikTok, huh? That's what it's telling me. All right, I find it easier to put these pieces on with the bag like this rather than the other way. So I want to make sure that this comes down far enough so that when I do my top stitching, it's not catching. So what I like to do is to make sure that this is almost like lined up with this piece here. Just make sure that's kind of lining up. Some double-sided tape. Again, just towards the bottom so that it's not getting in my way from when I have to put my rivet in. Looks pretty good. Yep. Okay. Is that somebody that came in? Oh, okay. Is that Olivia? Yes. Hi. Yeah, she knows. She's coming in. She's going to do her thing. Miss Olivia's here. Oh, I forgot to put my stitch lanes up. Oh, it's all right. It'll be okay. They're much smaller stitches, but it's okay. So there's that one on the side. I'm going to do the other side as well. I butterfly my seam open. If you want to put a piece of Decaville light or a piece of waterproof canvas behind your anchor, these strap connectors, you can. It's not going to hurt it. So you can do that definitely. I just feel like I'm running out of time. It feels like I'm going like in slow motion today. It doesn't ever feel like I've ever taken this long to make this bag. It's like usually like 2 hours, including cutting. Yes. The girls for the fashion class. 2 3/8. 2 inches. Okay. Let's move this one up so that it's 2 inches. There we go. Measure. The first one I eyeballed, but the next one I got to measure to make sure it goes with that one. There we go. All right. Now let's rivet through those. Okay. And with my rivets, I almost try to purposely make sure it's not quite centered, that it's a little bit to the left or the right, so it's not going through the seam. So it's going right, just a little bit off the seam. Just personal preference. What did I do with those? Did they fall down? Where did my rivets go? Take one down, pass it around. Here. I was like, where did they go? I put them by the glue. One, two, one, two. Okay. Okay, and we're putting in our rivets. So it looks like today we'll finish the exterior of the bag. So I got to the rolled handles, how I changed the strap connector, did all that lovely stuff. Not sure if we're going to get to the strap or not, because we've got people coming in. I'm just putting the snaps on without having to go all the way over there. All right, let's turn this bag right side out. And what I like about these straps is I can put them on before I even finish the bag, while the bag is still very pliable. While it's still very pliable and movable. Look at that. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at those. All right, straps. Okay. Put that aside. Okay, so I'm going to need that for a second. So I go down and over, and I want to make sure that I can tuck in that little like tongue right in there. So I like to make sure that this is going to be nice and tight. Make sure it's not wonky or anything like that. Take a pin. Oops. And poke a hole. Yeah, that's going to be good. So I just like to get an idea of what it's going to be like on one, and then I'll just do all the holes at once. But I just wanted to make sure that if I poked a hole through, it looks centered there, which it does. It looks good back here. So that's what we're going to do. So I like to leave that in there for just a second. Mark it on the inside. Okay. It's kind of like marking out darts on clothing. Oh yeah. Then I grab the other piece and I like lay it right on top of each other. And I do my marks with the pen. I've tried using those little rivet template ruler things. I can't figure that thing out for the life of me. I just can't. I can't figure it out. It's just, I can't figure it out. My headphones are dying. He loves it. Okay. To be a child. Love it. Okay. I'm just doing my holes. I'll bring the rivet press over to the actual pressing so that you guys can see that portion of it. Okay. Whew. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I like to push this one in through the back. Pull this over. Do that. Okay, and then pop that on. Okay, make sure my handle is not crooked, and I'm doing the same thing to the other side. I've really got to check that order to see if it's being delivered today. All right, go like that. Go like that. Just want to make sure it tucks in. And then you put the snap. Just like that. Okay, let's go to this side. Sometimes I think this would be easier. Oops, sorry guys. I just whacked you with a strap. I think it would be easier sometimes if I had one of the handheld ones, the handheld rivet press to just get in there. It gets a little awkward when you're putting straps in. These are 9 mil, 9x9 mil double cap rivets. There we go. Off the cart? Sure. You can pop the bubble stuff if you want to too. The bubble stuff, you can pop the bubble stuff. He loves popping bubbles. the little styrofoam things that come with packaging. Take that out the way. I'm making sure that my rivet is nice and nestled and it's not twisting. Haha. That's what I like. Okay. Look how pretty those are. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yep. Love it when a plan comes together. An hour and a half, seriously. Oh, longer than that. It's like 2 hours. I don't know anymore. It's been a while. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long time. All right, so now those are in. Those are nice and riveted. Now you just have to tuck the little ends in and close it up. That's why I left these kind of long. So I'm going to show you what I do. So you take your thread and you thread your needle, as you can see. Oh, I didn't leave them long enough. That's all right. Cut and burn. I needed to leave them a lot longer, but that's okay. I'll show you what I do. I'll show you in one, then I really gotta go. Class starts at 4 and I've got to get ready for class. Miss Olivia came in early because her mom asked me if she could come in early because she's right here at carpool. She's like, I didn't have to go all the way home. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do that. Friday nights is like crazy around here. Seriously. All right, so let me pull. Oh, I'm getting low on my bobbin. I can hear it. All right, get yourself a nice long thread. I'm going to double. Like I like to make my ends match. Make a nice knot. And don't pull it out because that defeats the purpose. I like to double knot it just in case I don't want this pulling out. There we go. A nice knot. And then here's what we're doing. I'm coming in from the inside, coming in through one of my existing stitches, and then just pulling it through. Okay? Probably gonna need a thimble for this. Okay? Grab it and pull. Okay? Now I want you to go up one stitch and go through the existing hole. Okay? And then you're gonna go across the street. So you're gonna go across the handle and you're gonna go across to that stitch on the opposite side. Try to do it almost identical, like straight across, like literally straight across. Okay? And my thimble fell off my hand. It's okay. And pull it tight. See that I'm pulling it tight? Holding it and then going back through the other stitch and then going back up through the stitch you came through before. Just doing that 2 or 3 times. We're just making sure that this stays nice and tight and that that piece stays inside. Okay? Only a couple of stitches. Are you okay, Dwight? You okay? No, I'm just making sure you're okay. All right. Okay. So now that I'm coming in through here, and I'm going to do a stitch inside. Nope, I'm talking to the people on the TV. On the YouTube. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to go through there, grab a stitch, pull through, and now that knot is all the way in there. Okay? Cut it kind of long. There we go. And that's how you get it to stay nice and pretty. Those beautiful little handles. Okay. Now repeat for all four. Repeat for all four of them. I'm going to do some editing on this video so that it's a more condensed version so that you guys can see it. So when you actually see it, that is not the live. I'm just trying to do this while I'm talking. So that when you see it when it's not the live, it's going to be a lot more condensed and you're not going to be like, why is this taking so long to just get to the point? Sorry. Like I said, today's just been a day. Hey, Grandma. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Grandma. Good.
How you doing?
Good.
I saw the video. Very nice.
I'm still on the video.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's taking forever. No, you're fine. You're fine. Listen, I think everybody knows by now. I have people come in. I have people, like, it's not like stoic.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
Oh, the other one. Which other one?
Oh,
Oh, all the stuff we got in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got more coming in, hopefully. Yeah, well, the girl stuff's supposed to be here for the fashion show. The clothes is their fabric's supposed to be here today. So I'm like, where is it? It'll be here hopefully. I know, right? The waterproof canvas and the vinyl and everything. Yes. Yes. Somebody did, obviously. Nowadays they do it. Yeah. Whew, I'm getting it done. I know, right? The rolled handles is so pretty. I know, right? I'm getting somewhere. Well, this part is just because I can't sew all the way up because I have to put the rivet in. So it's literally just 2 stitches. It's not a lot. It's just a couple stitches. That's fine, yeah. Thank you, Grandma. Bye, love you. I'll see you later. I know you guys probably can't see it. Sorry. This thing's in the way. There we go. So push it in. This is why I said you might need to trim down that piping a little bit. The cording piping. Yeah, she's got class. Thank you. I love you. It's till 7:30 tonight, so. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Make the little stitch. Okay. Last one. I may not get to straps today. I may have to do straps later. Where's my lighter? Oh, here it is. It's just I didn't quite trim that one down all the way, so I just want to burn it a little bit. I'm just telling you, that's just, I've just loved, I love this, I love this, I love this. I really, really do. All right. Trying to get y'all to see really nicely what I'm doing. Tucking that in. Right, I'm going to come in through here, go through an existing stitch. You're not making new holes. You're going through the existing holes. Okay. Across the way. That was funny. I thought Grandma was talking about the video I'm doing right now. I was like, I enjoyed your video. I was like, oh, I'm still on it. She's talking about my mail opening video that I did about all the waterproof canvas and the vinyl and all that stuff that we got in. I'm sending a few samples to some other influencers to see what they think about the printed waterproof canvas, get their take on it, you know. Other people who are bag makers, just to kind of, you know, get a different opinion on it, make sure it's good stuff and it's not just me thinking it is, and it, you know, because I don't want to say, oh yeah, that's really good stuff, and then it's not. So I'd rather get it out to them and ask them, you know, their honest opinion about it before I start buying it to sell on my website. Ugh. That guy doesn't want to stick in there. I got something for you. All right, so if he's not staying in, this one's just not wanting to stay in. He just keeps popping out. So I'm going to do my stitch. I'm going to pop him back in there, and then I'm going to show you what we're doing. Because it's not like it comes out when it's just in motion. It's just when I'm pushing it to do the stitch. Okay, so what I like to do at this point is get a little bit of this glue and just drop it in there, just a little bit, and then pinch it. A little bit of glue, and then pinch it. Okay. Do the same thing with the other side. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Then you can take off. The clips. What that's doing is just making sure that any of my stitches stay where they need to stay. It locks it in. It just gives a little extra little. Okay. So that's that. Super pretty. Amazing. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Let's see. Hi. Thank you for hanging out with me and making the exterior of the Emily Tote with all the modifications, with our pretty strap connectors and our rolled handles. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed those tips and tricks that you can incorporate with one of your bags, hopefully soon. So I would love to see it. So shoot me a comment down below. My Facebook is at Garner Sewing Room, as well as Twitter and Instagram at Garner Sewing Room. I think TikTok is also at Garner Sewing Room, so that way you can just let me see what you guys are doing. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And very shortly, probably about Monday or Tuesday, I'll have a condensed version of this. So I'll have this video as well as a condensed version. And on both of them, I'll link them. So that way you guys can get to them a little bit sooner if you need to just get right to the handles or right to connecting them and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.